was running, and this guy passes me in the car. And it's about 100 degrees out here, 70% humidity. And the guy comes back around, looks at me. He pulls his car by me and says, "Why the are you out here?" I said, "Because you're not." Sometimes your motivation needs to be because no one else wants to do it. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need dentists. We need teachers. We also need savages.
I'll tell you right now, the second you start living civilized, it's over. It's over. You want to keep that savage as long as you can. So you got to go on that witch hunt to find whatever it is that makes you tick. And whenever that tick goes away, you got to find another thing that makes you tick. And you got to keep that up for as long as you can, because it will be end game. This is how it is. But you got to keep that. Like, I guarantee you, if you put more thought and more pen to paper, you'll find something that you haven't done that, if you really think about it, you truly want to do. And that will re-energize your inner beast.
Motivation is crap. People right now, maybe listen to this, they'll be motivated to go run. If it's cold somewhere where they're at, a lot of them shut that door, go back inside. That's motivation. It comes and go as how you feel. If you and your wife are good, if you and your kids are good, if you're good at work, you're motivated. I like a motherfucker whose life is imploded, ain't got in life, and says, "I still got to get after it today, man." That's what it's about. So that's when you move from motivation to driven to obsessed. And I want people to realize, once you get to this portion over here, the driven obsessed part, you're unstoppable.
When I wake up, sometimes I feel like a little bitch. But what I do is I have a little tape recorder. And I tape record exactly how I'm feeling on that mother. And then I play it back. That's a bad tape recorder, dude. And I think about, if I play this to my girl, will she sleep with me tonight? She ain't. So I get the up.
When you tell yourself you're going to do all these things, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to get my money right, I'm going to get my business going, I'm going to take care of my career, I'm going to be better with my family, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this, and you fail to do those things on a daily basis, you are losing confidence in yourself bit by bit by bit by bit. It's like a bank account. You are either putting a deposit in or you are making a withdrawal out. And every single time that you do not keep the promises that you make to yourself, you are making withdrawals, which means your confidence level will always be low. So that's the second part to this. So what you need to work on here, brother, is one, you need to recognize that driven people always feel behind, and they're always going to have doubt. They're always going to have chips on their shoulder. That's what makes us great at what we do when we become great. It's not the affirmations. It's not the feel-good bullshit. It's the dark shit. It's the people that told us we were losers. It's the people that told us we were pieces of shit. It's all that stuff. And anybody who tells you different, they haven't achieved anything. Look at what they've achieved. Value them on that. It's probably a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Real remember all the dark shit. They take the dark shit and they put it into productive action to build the life that they want. And because that's the way that most of these people operate, they always end up feeling behind. They always end up feeling like it wasn't good enough.
Whenever I fail at something, people always say, "Man, how do you handle failure, man?" I fail a lot, dude. I fail all the time. But I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as your first, second, third, fourth, fifth attempt. I look at them as attempts. I don't look at anything as failure. Because when you're going to try to do something, not trying is failure. That's not some after school special shit. But when you're able to go out there is no failure. It's attempts. Because when you're trying to do something that's bigger than you, whatever you are, whoever you are, if you're paralyzed, you're trying to walk one step and you didn't fail, motherfucker. It's your first attempt. If that's your biggest thing, that's how your mindset needs to go into everything. So I don't look at it as failure is a big word like that gets people down and shit. We give so much power to words. I don't. I take the power right away. I didn't fail shit.
There's going to be 4 or 5 times in your life where shit is really bad. where you feel like you don't have options. Okay, there's going to be times where you feel like no matter what you do, you're going to lose. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. And that is when people quit. All right. And you have to become one of the people that realizes very simply that when other people quit and you keep going, you're getting a bigger advantage. Okay. If you all start at the same level and you get to level 10 and half the people quit, now you're competing with half as many people. If you get to level 20 and half of those people quit, now you're only competing with a quarter of the people that you started with. And that goes on and on and on and on and on. And that's the game. The game is longevity. The game is endurance. The game is consistent progression regardless of what's going on. You got to get your shit back together and you got to keep moving, because this is one of those key moments when everybody else will quit and you will continue to move forward. And that creates success.
Everything I had gone through, I realized that the human mind, if you can put it in a very quiet, calm place and get it to calm down and not be so spastic, that you could possibly make this work out for you. How bad are you really? I came from a small town in Indiana where there was a handful of black families. And a lot of people in that town, when you come from a town of 8,000 people, it's like we had a local plant, Great Dane. And you're like, you know what? I want to work at Great Dane and get a house next to my mom. That's what you know. So many of us come from these small places in our mind that we're not willing to think outside of only what we've seen. Our mind works in such a small compartment. And one thing I was able to do was to dream. Many people, but don't make dreams your master. But I was able to dream outside those four walls of that small town. And until you're able to really put yourself into that dream, but don't make dreams your master, that's where you truly become what you're destined to become.
What do you mean, don't make dreams your master?
A lot of people sit back and they dream about being a sports figure, or dream about being a SEAL, or dream about being an astronaut. And all it is a mother dream. They don't put the work behind the dream. That dream has become their master. When you become the master of your dream is when you say, I want to go be a Navy SEAL. And you say, okay, I'm going to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. The dream was the one thing I thought about, and the dream was now gone. Now, what comes in, the dream goes away, and the laundry list of details and tasks come up. Gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this. That's when you become the master of your dream.